According to the personality theories you've just learned about, the same underlying processes occur in everyone. Individuals differ because they experience different conflicts, think differently, and so on. Other approaches to personality focus more on description than explanation. Most contemporary personality psychologists focus on trait approaches to personality. These approaches describe the behavioral tendencies that are generally consistent over time and across most situations. According to this approach, your traits exist on a continuum. Most people fall somewhere in the middle, and relatively few are at the extremes. For instance, some of the people you may know may be very shy, and some just the opposite. But most people are probably in the middle. They're shy in some situations, but not others. Let's look at how two different trait approaches to personality focus on the ways individuals differ in basic personality characteristics. In the 1960s, the psychologist Hans Eysenck proposed that personality traits had three major dimensions: how outgoing people were, whether their emotions tended to be stable or unstable, and their ability to control selfish impulses. First, according to Eysenck, people vary in how outgoing they are. Introversion refers to how shy, reserved, and quiet people are. Extroversion refers to how sociable, outgoing, and bold people are. Eysenck believed that this dimension reflects differences in biological processes. Eysenck's second dimension refers to variability in people's moods and emotions. People who are stable in emotionality tend to show consistency in moods and emotions. People who have unstable emotions experience frequent and dramatic mood swings, especially toward negative emotions, compared with people who are more stable. Eysenck referred to these people as being neurotic. Neurotic people often feel anxious, moody, and depressed, and generally hold very low opinions of themselves. Eysenck also proposed a third dimension of personality traits. Psychoticism reflects a mix of aggression, poor impulse control, self-centeredness, or a lack of empathy. The term psychoticism implies a level of psychological disorder that Eysenck did not intend. As a result, more recent conceptions of this trait call it constraint. According to this view of the trait, people range from generally controlling their impulses to generally not controlling them. Since Eysenck's initial proposal, many personality psychologists have embraced the five-factor theory. This theory identifies 5 basic personality traits, which are often called the Big Five: extroversion, neuroticism, conscientiousness, agreeableness, and openness to experience. 2 of the Big Five traits are highly consistent with Eysenck's theory, where extroversion reflects Eysenck's introversion-extroversion dimension, and the neuroticism reflects Eysenck's unstable or stable dimension. The conscientiousness trait in the Big Five is also believed to reflect Eysenck's constraint dimension, which refers to how careful and organized you are. The Big Five trait of agreeableness reflects the extent to which you are trusting and helpful. Finally, if you are high in openness to experience, you are imaginative and independent. If you are low in this basic trait, you're down to earth and conformist. For each of the 5 factors, your personality may be anywhere on a continuum from low to high. Which of the 5 traits do you think you're highest on? Which ones do you think you're lowest on? Considerable evidence supports the 5-factor theory. The Big Five emerge across cultures, among adults and children, even when vastly different questionnaires assess the factors. The same 5 factors appear whether people rate themselves or are rated by others. Furthermore, people's scores on the 5-factor theory traits have been shown to predict a wide variety of behaviors. Their scores also have been shown to predict satisfaction with job, marriage, and life generally. Today, the 5-factor theory dominates much of the way that psychologists study personality in humans.